Hello dear students, I am Ms.M.Vinolia Velma, JL English from TSWREIS Ireland. Hope every one of you are doing good. Yeah, we should be following the protocol of COVID to protect ourselves and others. Yeah, coming to the point, it's a dynamic opportunity to have a virtual class during these pandemic situations, isn't it? Yes. Let us learn about the information transfer, the content from our textbook. We can refer the textbook later for the reference. It is another way of transforming the information in a textual or graphical way. Now, let us come to the point of our topic. Let me introduce our topic with few questions. Students, try to express your opinion. When we study, we come across illustrations such as tables, bar graph, and some other diagrams that explain data. Do you prefer the text or the diagrams? Yes. Then, why are diagrams preferred more than text? Let's try to understand why the diagrams are preferred more when compared to the text. Yes, diagrams help us to grasp the information quickly. They save our time and energy. Pictures are processed faster than textual matter by our brain. Diagrams break the monotony of reading. The information is given in a nutshell, isn't it? Yes, you can look at the picture, you can find how the information can be transferred into different forms as you see the picture. Now, let's go to the objectives why we are supposed to transfer the information or how to transfer the information. Yes, in this unit, we will learn how data can be arranged in pie charts, bar graphs, tree diagram, flow charts, tables, and road. Isn't it? Yes. We will also learn how to transfer pie chart, tree diagrams, etc. into text. This process itself is called the information transfer. Let's understand from the word visual that the information can be transferred in two ways. That is verbal or text and non-verbal and diagram. You can see the picture. Information transfer can be a visual or verbal. Visual is nothing but when you look at the signboards, the directions or anything, easily we can grasp the information what is trying to speak and we will understand. Then verbal, we can put it in a form of text. For example, data representation in surveys, projects, report, estimation charts, etc. The types of data interpretation can be arranged in pie chart, bar graph, tree diagram, flow chart, tables, and route map. Let's observe the diagrams. Yeah, what you can see over here, the first picture itself speaks about a circular form that is nothing but the pie chart. You can look at that into different segments in a circular form with different colors and the percentages and all that. When you look at the picture itself, you try to understand what it's telling us. And next, dear students, try to understand when we try to paragraph it, we divide the whole content, the information into three parts. That is, introduction and the body and the conclusion. Whatever the information you like to transfer from the figure or the diagram into the text, you can make it into three sectors. That is, the introduction part, body and the conclusion. And next when we go into the next picture, that is the bar graph, you can understand the picture over there. We can see the bars. You can see the double bar graph. Next is the tree diagram. You can understand the main branch is divided into different inches which are connected to each other. And next, the one is flow chart, that is also giving us information in a process. Tables, yeah, this is, you can understand the picture itself that everything is tabulated into with the information in a tabular form. You can see the names of the subjects and also the names of the students and the marks they secured in their 10th class. We can take all this in detail. Then the last one is the route map. When you go to a person's house or somewhere, you have to have some route map, isn't it, to reach safely to our destiny. Yeah. So to sum up, so far what we have learned, these are the things we have gone through. Those are pie chart, bar graph, tree diagram, flow chart, tables and road maps. Hope you have understood the information transfer concept through our interaction. Now, let us deal in detail the textual content from the text. Yeah, what you can see over here, students, this is all from our text, which is related to our syllabus from the intermediate board pattern. Yes, let us understand from the pie chart how the interpretation of the information transfer taking place. In the pie chart, the information is presented in the form of a circle. The circle is divided into sections called sectors. The contribution of each until the chart is represented in percentages. Example, the following pie chart depicts the results of a survey regarding the distribution of different blood groups in a college. You can make out with the picture that it is in a circular form and the four sectors which tells us the blood group of the students of the college where they have O, B and AB and A blood group with the percentages. From the picture, we can see that 35% of the students of the college have O blood group, and these students have largest group in the college. The next largest group comprises students with A group of blood, that are 30% belong to this category. 25% of the students have A and B group, and finally we can see that the 10% of the students have A group of blood. Thus, from this pie chart, we can conclude that while many students have O group of blood, when very few are having only A group. Now, the difference between the percentages and the numbers must be borne in mind. In the pie chart, all the figures are presented in percentages. In other words, if we assume that there are 100 students in the college, 35 have O group, 30 have B group, and 25 have A group, and 10 have A group of blood. Suppose there are 200 students in the college, the percentage would remain the same, but the number would be 70 O, 60 B group, 50 A and B, and 20 only A. So it is clear? Now we'll go to the second chart, that is bar graph. Now the bar graph also infer information as it is seen in the picture in its description. A bar graph is a diagram in which values of variables are shown by the length of rectangular columns with equal width. It is another non-verbal representation of data. It helps to compare the values presented in a group. The bar can be plotted vertically or horizontally. A vertical bar chart is sometimes called a column bar chart. You can look at the picture, you'll understand. Example from the text. Given image is a bar graph that shows the cost of certain vegetables over a period. As you can observe, the months are shown on the x-axis and the cost in rupees is shown on the y-axis. The heights of the column give us immediate picture about the comparative cost of carrots and potatoes over the months and also divided trend pertaining to each vegetable. Let us now make a detailed analysis on this bar chart. The bar graph given shows the cost of carrots, potatoes over a period of 4 months. You can see January, February, March and April. And the carrots were more costly than potatoes during all the months. In January, carrots cost rupees 35 a kilogram, while potatoes cost a little less or rupees 30 a kilogram. The cost of carrots increased for rupees 40 in February. Why? There was a sharp fall in the cost of potatoes, isn't it? Now, there was a sharp rise in the cost of both the vegetables. Offer that in March, the cost of carrot was rupees 50 per kilogram, while that of potatoes was 740 rupees. In April, once again, there was a steep increase in the cost of carrots, but the cost of potatoes remained the same as in March. Thus, we observe that the cost of carrots kept increasing over the months where the cost of potatoes kept fluctuating. You can make out the difference between the carrots and the potatoes, the cost from month to month, from Jan to April. Yes, now let us directly go to the tree diagram. You can make out with the figure that it is in a form of a tree. A tree is another way of representing information. It has a branching tree-like structure. It shows how its components are related to one another. It helps to understand the relevant information in a short time. The diagram is also talking about the scientific knowledge, isn't it? Just look at the picture, you will understand. There are 3 types of muscles in a human body. They are smooth, cardiac and skeletal muscles. Smooth muscles are controlled by involuntary responses. Smooth muscles are also muscles used in digestive tract and blood vessels. The second type of muscle is cardiac muscle. It is also an involuntary muscle. Muscle that covers the heart are examples of cardiac muscle. The third type of muscle is a skeletal muscle. It is controlled by voluntary responses. All the muscles are attached to the bones, such as bicep and deltoid are the examples of skeletal muscle. You can look at the picture over here. You can understand the muscles in the human body. Those are the involuntary muscles and voluntary muscles. And if you are BIPC students, you will very well understand all this. Maybe in your high school also you might have come across all this. Now, let us go to the flow chart. We draw flow charts when we present information in the form of a process. For instance, we conduct the flow chart to put the information of the individual production from a raw product into a finished product in a logical order in a successive steps. Flowcharts are simple to construct and easy to understand. You can look at the picture. This really makes you to understand the process involved right from the time you go to a place or to the ATM center For example, we have it on a chart regarding the ATM process. Each step in the sequence is written in a box. These successive stages or steps are linked by directional arrows. You can see the arrows and guide reader to understand flowcharts logically and follow the process from beginning to end. In these flowcharts, we find elongated circles, rectangles, and diamonds shaped diagrams. Observe the given flowchart, which shows steps involved in knowing your bank balance using ATM. What is ATM? Yeah, you know it. Automated teller machine. Nowadays, it's very important for us to really use this ATM. Yeah, you know the process? Yes. After following every protocol, when we get onto the machine over there, first we would try to swipe it. Then it would ask us a language. Then it keeps on asking the PIN number. Next, it would tell us whether we want the balance or what else. Then if it is yes, we say yes, we get the print. If we say no, then the transactions will be done. This is a way we try to communicate the information into text. The tables shows us how to use the information to transfer into text. We can also represent information in the form of a table. You can look at the picture over here. You can understand the names of the subject. Subjects are, you're right, Telugu, Hindi, English, Maths, Science and Social Studies. And what are the names of the students? Arvind, Akash, Ramesh. And what are those numbers? Yes, their score. And you finish your 10th, isn't it? Maybe exactly what you get from this is similar to that. Example, given below are the marks secured by Arvind, Akash, Ramesh in their half-yearly examination of class 10. Name of the subjects you can make out, and names of the students and the score. In each subject, how many marks they have secured and the difference comparatively. After reading the information given in the table, we can write a paragraph like this. In this table, the marks secured by 3 students are compared while all the 3 students secured equal marks in Hindi. There is a slight variation of marks in mathematics and social studies. However, there is a great variation of marks in English. From table, we can conclude that Arvind needs to concentrate more on English and science, whereas Akash needs to focus on Telugu and English. You can see Ramesh scored the highest marks among the 3, still need to focus on Telugu also because he secured only 81 and all the other rest of the marks are above 90%. The last one, that is root map. Okay, you can understand from the picture how to transfer the information from this diagram. If you invite your friend to your house and you have to give him directions, how to reach your house, could you give the direction verbally or in the form of a route map? Yes, you're right. Route map is presentation of direction. The instructions in the form of a diagram to locate an area. When you are new to that place, when you're going for the first time, we need to have, nowadays we are having Google Map. With that, we can really reach our destiny without any hurdle or disturbance. Take the road from the bus stop. This is a way you need to explain the route map. Ignore the crossroads till you reach Y junction. Then take the right route at the Y junction and you will find T junction after the 1 kilometer from Y junction. Take right turn you will find 3-storied building, while immediately to your left, it is us. Can you reach the house by using the below route map? Yeah, dear students, now we have really concluded everything what we have been discussing and interacting, isn't it? Now, let us have recapitulation. It is very clear from the pictures and from the text that gave us the information to be transferred from verbal to the non-verbal. That's from diagrams to text and in a vice versa. Yes, what are these? Yes, you can read out. They are pie chart, bar graph, tree diagram, flow chart, table and roadmap. When you look at all these, you can really picturize the figure, isn't it? The diagram. So those are the things where you can put it into the textual form, isn't it? Yes, when we are able to communicate well with our all these things or text or the with figure, how we say verbally or non-verbally, another person is able to really catch what we are trying to communicate. We are intelligent communicators and we can really make an interesting effect on the person who is listening to us, and it will be a great source of impact. Yes? Yeah. So, to sum up, yes, we have example data, presentation surveys, projects, reports, and estimation charts, etc., and so many other ways where we can get all these to interpret and get arranged in pie charts or bar graph or tree diagram, once again through flow charts, tables, and route maps. Yes, you can really understand from all this and also figure out and describe how to really communicate or put up in a proper way to make other person to understand from our text what we have written. Now, students, it's assignment time. Without this, incomplete. So, let us do what we have learned by our own. Analyze the graphs which are below and write about them in a paragraph. First one is, exactly, you are right, with this pie chart. You can make out that is in your text. Just look into the text, refer the text, and try to understand the concept of that information and put it in the paragraph. In the same way, the bar graph over here, you can make out the different students, okay, their scoring in all these main subjects, that is English, Maths, fine. You can try to understand all this and put up all the information, analyze the figure and put it in a text form and note in your notes for your further references. And I want all of you to just interact with your friends, discuss with your friends and come to perfect understanding regarding this information transfer. Yes, students, it's nice that you could understand and grasp full information and the importance of this information transfer from text form to the diagrammatic form or from the verbal to non-verbal. This is all about our information transfer. Thank you, children.